What's up, everybody? It's Bill from High Volume Games, and welcome to another episode of Promotion Wars. Before we get into the action, we have a big announcement from High Volume Wrestling. Uh, so, talking with Adam, as I usually do, right after an episode, he gives me kind of his feedback and what's good about the show, and uh, he gave me an idea. He said, since Nicole Matthews is just, what's like 17 days or so away from the uh, longest reigning women's champion, that the person who had the longest reigning champion or the longest reign before should fight her. Now that was Jordan Grace. I tried to get Jordan Grace. The two issues were one, her booking price when we had her at the beginning of our Fed was like $590. Now it's $2,100. Um, so that was one issue, and the other issue, she just didn't want to come back. So that match will not happen. But I then went through all of the women's roster, who by draw value, trying to get us someone. It's kind of tough though because we have a Wednesday show, uh, and AEW does too, so none of the AEW women can be part of it, and the NXT and WWE women are not do not accept booking. So I checked uh, who was left. Went down. I tried to get Lacey Evans, who is not in WWE in this. She's now in New Japan. But what I ended up getting, I got us a big name, a the arguably the biggest name that has come through HBW, and we've had some decent names, and we've had some superstars, but this is a Hall of Fame worthy candidate. It's a Hall of Famer, and I can tell you this before we get started that on next week's show, Stratisfaction is guaranteed. That is right. For the main event of Wednesday Night Warriors next week, we will have Nicole Matthews versus Trish Stratus for the HVW Women's Championship. Title versus streak. All right, with that being said, let's get into tonight's episode of High Volume Wrestling. And so we had some issues this last, not issues, we had some changes this last episode. We had Air Paris leaving, which we had to find a new interstate championship or interstate champion, which we got. Chris Hero became our champion, and we also had it. Kevin Bantham became the parking lot champion, so that was interesting. So we have to go into feuds. Now I was told I didn't do this last week, and I think it was just because I had recorded, then messed up, and had to record again and all that. So I just went through quick. But here's what we have so far. We have 6 feuds currently. I had to take a few off; they were cold. So Disco Guy and Tommy O'Neill are the biggest, or no, not the biggest, but they're up there. AR Fox and Bruiser Bruno is up there. Erica Riggs versus Tawny Callahan is 100%. Cass and Redbeard versus Brett Lane and Johnny Volumes do decent. Madhausen versus Eric Cannon and Adam Williams is good. And Paul London and Daniel Maccabee is a nice one. We're going to focus on them too. So we have some things that we got to figure out. So right now we'll keep the world title feud as Disco Guy and Tommy O'Neill, but that's going to end soon. Um, we don't have a feud for Hero right now. I think our first feud, I guess, will be Scotty Valentine because London and Maccabee I don't want to get rid of. And the person who I'd like to get, I'm coming to the conclusion that we need to get Danhausen out of the tag team division because he's the second highest heel draw value. We need to get him out of the middle, and put him into some big matches. because he's a 77 ability, so he can throw down with other guys. There's also the possibility of you know turning Leo Rush heel when he comes back. There's a lot of things we have to kind of figure out what we're going to do, but I'd really like to figure out a way, and I don't know if it's just putting the belts on Cannon and Williams, and that would break up Madhausen because we can always put Mad and Disco together while Danhausen goes as the solo guy for a bit. So we'll see, but we are going to add that feud of Hero and Valentine. I don't actually like this feud at the moment, you know, but Scotty is the number 2 heel that we have on the roster right now. Eric Redbeard's number 1. Scotty Valentine is number 2. Talk about huge for the High Volume Wrestling Academy. So we'll do that. I can't put Cannon in. I was gonna try to. I have to figure out somebody for Ryan Nemeth. Ryan Nemeth needs a feud. He's got the title. Let's go with but he's a heel. I was gonna go Eric Cannon, but I might actually, like I said, put Cannon with the tag titles. I don't generally change matches or make the outcome, but in some cases we do to advance the storyline, and I think that's going to be the case. That we're going to get the belts off Danhausen so we can move him up. Okay, so these are our faces. Aff is a 47 and was the former champion. Harris is a 49. I don't think Harris should be a face at this point. Volume is a 54, but he's in a tag feud. Lance is a 58, but seems like a drop down. Mance Warner is 47 or 46. I guess we can put Mance Warner in there. London's an 81. Sean Cash is a 40. I feel Cash hasn't done anything to warrant a. So I guess our real choice is Mance Warner. We could put Matt Cross, but I've already kind of had Matt Cross up in the upper level. So we'll make a feud. Ryan Nemeth and Mance Warner. And we'll just see how it goes. All right, let's go to our show. This is the end of the month, too, so that's going to be nice for us. We'll get a little money. Monies. All right. All right, so let's look at. We're going to do an eight-person show. Let's look at Disco's. Actually, we should go through here. Let's look at the condition of people, see how they're doing. Who's not going to be on tonight? We go down and, well, actually, the good thing is everybody's decent. Harris, Guerrero, and Two Tough Tony could probably use the break. Disco Guy is 97, so he could definitely be in this one. So we'll put a singles match, non-title, because we're in the middle of the month, between Tommy and Disco. It's such a high feud. We want them in. Let's see. So do we do? I don't think we would. If Heroes with Valentine right now, we don't need to break that tag team up yet. So we'll do. Hero and Scotty. We'll do a tag team match. I also thought of putting Bruiser with Hero. So we want Eric Redbeard and Kaz versus Volume and Lane because we want Eric Redbeard's 81. Let's go with a 2 out of 3 falls match between Paul London and Daniel McAfee. Never done a 2 out of 3 falls. Let's go. Uh, we need a women's match between Riggs and Callahan. We definitely need to get women's feuds in here. We've kind of fell off just because we had so many other feuds going on. But for this week, we're going to just go with what we got. Let's go with a Williams and Cannon and Madhausen backstage brawl. I think I might heavily edit Stacy Keibler's thing if because there's some matches that I need to do. We'll see. Because as you saw last week, Stacy Keibler now runs the house show, but I am allowed to make changes. We'll do a singles match with Nemeth and Warner. They're not going to like being in 2. And we're going to start this off with a intergender tag team championship match because these group needs to defend their titles, and that's Carl Anderson, Alicia Sherrington, and we'll put them with Cross. Actually, no, we should put them with Andy Black and Amber Nova because Andy Black is the king of our opening contest. All right, so we'll go with that. This should be a fun little show. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's staying safe and getting out of all the snow or whatever weather you're having. Look at this. We just broke a record, guys. 1350. Our first ever 1350 sellout. That's awesome. We're going to see the highlights because we're in the event. We got a buzz going. The sold out MTS Iceplex. We've been trying to sold out the Iceplex for a long time. We got a mixed tag team championship match starting us off. I mean, come on. Sherrington connects with the Hurricanrana on Nova. She makes the cover and gets the win. It was just a nice storyline wise. That was just a nice way to get Anderson and Sherrington in and continuing their reign as the mixed tag team champions, the only ever mixed tag team champions. Oh, I'm psyched about this. $13.50 sellout right before the end of the month. Got to pay those bills. This will be our record. AR Fox telling Winnipeg that he could beat Bruno any day. The crowd's chanting, "Do it, do it, do it." Bruno comes out, things are about to get ugly. And a brawl has broken out. Security tries to stop it. AR jumps out of the corner and continues fighting. Security can't stop these two. Get the wrestlers out there. This is far from over. Ryan Nemeth versus Vance Warner. Nemeth connects with the zigzag on Vance Warner. He makes the cover. Gets the win. Our TV champ is on a roll. Actually, sort of decent little roll because he beat Chavo Guerrero in the. Did he beat? I think he beat Chavo last week in the house show that Stacy Keibler booked. Yeah, if there's a match that I don't like in Stacy Keibler's thing, I'm gonna put probably some combination of the women's division in there. Susie Taylor backstage with Erica Riggs. Seem to be caught up in this rivalry with Tawny. You have any words? Why would I waste my time discussing Callahan? You know that it's me who's gonna come out on top. Then Tawny Callahan appears and they look eye to eye. You know what the end result will be? Me. Erica Riggs slaps Callahan in the face and quickly backs away, laughing. What a feud. And bringing in Erica Riggs. An unknown is now getting the highlight. Braddox and Cannon have found their way into the toilets. Cannon Irish whips Braddox into the locked toilet stall. There's a guy in there with his pants down. Braddox charges Cannon into the sink. Rams Eric Cannon's head into the mirror. It shatters and Cannon goes down in a heap. Refs call it. Cannon can't continue. Madhausen wins. Mad Braddox gets the win and washes his hands. Always nice. Always wash your hands when you're going out of the bathroom. Madhausen still remains the well, this was non-title, so they're still the champs. Danhausen, the most prolific tag team champion we have, 2 reigns, both over 75 days now. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this next match is scheduled for one. Oh, there's a bang and Brett Lane comes out. Yes, and Redbeard. They're beating down Brett Lane. They're hitting him with chairs. But here's Johnny Volume with a steel pipe. Volume's trying to even the odds, but Kaz and Redbeard already got it. Kaz with a pair of handcuffs. He handcuffs Volumes. They pick up Brett Lane. And oh no, they attack Brett Lane. Volume handcuffed to the ring. Medical is now with Brett Lane, and we still have a match today. Riggs connects with a powerbomb on Callahan. Erica Riggs going to make the cover, get the win in this very important match with their feud. As the feud is 100, Erica Riggs picking up the win. And see, right now, with a roster that has Ruby Soho, Tessa Blanchard, Nicole Matthews, we have Erica Riggs and Tawny Callahan just stealing the show. Oh, London's eating at a table. Maccabee's gonna walk over. Everybody leaves. London's not really caring what he wants. London is very upset now. Maccabee's just taunting him and then spits in his food. They go face to face, and Maccabee says, "I'm in your head, Paul London." See, Maccabee could be another person for Hero, but it's like I don't know. I don't know if he's done enough. It's 1-1 in the 2 out of 3 falls match. Maccabee looks to end it right here. Charging, but Paul London has their wits. London hits a DDT and a 450. London makes the cover and gets the win in this 2 out of 3 falls match. Paul London. Also, again, he could be a candidate for Heroes title too, because they're tag team partners. And Paul London's still just one belt away from being a Triple Crown champion. And he's the one that has the shot at being him and Redbeard are the ones who have the shot at being the top three, because like Scotty could become the Triple Crown champ, but his would be the 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 parking lot, the TV, and the interstate. The other guys were the world and the tag team champs. Madhouse now walking backstage. They bump into Cannon and Williams. Where the hell are you going? Oh, Braddock's like, who do you think you're talking to? They argue in another brawl. They just had a backstage brawl. Now they're right going again. Security quick to arrive. They probably weren't. They were probably just around the corner. He has a red beard. Where's Brett Lane and Volume? Redbeard with the Iron Claw slam on Volume. They just took apart Lane and Volume today. There also could be a way that we don't have to give it to Cannon and Williams. We could always, put them in a triple threat and maybe put Kaz and Redbeard to continue that. I mean, they've been the best team overall, and which is great for Kaz, because remember, Kaz was the guy was like 0-11 at the start of this year. Since teaming with Redbeard, he's on a roll. Mance Warner backstage warming up. Out of nowhere, Nemeth attacks him. A violent beatdown ensues. Oh, man. Warner is covered in his own blood. The referees and officials trying to break him up, but Nemeth is relentless. Eventually, they're pried off, and refs call medical. Boy, there's a lot going on backstage tonight, and medical is very busy. Hero and Scotty. Hero connects with the cerebral cortex on Scotty Valentine. Hero makes the cover. It gets the win. This Hero's just been on a roll. Chris Hero went from being like Austin Aries and Eric Redbeard's puppet, or not puppet, but beatdown target, and then went on to win the tag titles with London, and is now the interstate champion. And, we got Susie Taylor standing by, talking about Scotty Valentine. Chris Hero says, "You're wrong. I'm the best. These people in Winnipeg know it. You can't stop me. You want a war? You got one." The crowd loves it. It sounds like the people want it too. You heard it. Chris Hero wants a war with Scotty Valentine. Yes. And Tommy O'Neill taking on that disco guy. The referee's back turned. Disco hits him with a low blow, rolls him up. Handful of tights. And that disco guy just pinned the world champion by hook or by crook. He did it. That is a good win for that disco guy. And we've got emergence coming up. It definitely seems like it will be that disco guy versus Tommy O'Neill for the world title. All right, so we got 74 for our intergender, 69 for Nemeth and Warner, Madhausen 74 with the tag team brawl, 91 for Erica Riggs with Tawny Callahan, 85 for London and Maccabee in their 2 out of 3 falls, Kaz and Redbeard 82, Hero and Valentine with 81, Disco Guy and Tommy O'Neill 83, and we went 85.90. We in a sold out show, we are bringing it right now. 20,450 profit. Nobody's mad. That's always nice. Let's delete all these just in case we get some cool messages. We know we're gonna get our update for the month. All right, we received 10,000 from sponsorship. We received 15,000 from TV deals. We made 38,000 from merchandise sale and 20,000 from merchandise sales online. We spent 7,500 producing the merchandise. We made an overall profit of 50,505. We got 7 emails. Cheese, Louise, crackers, and cheese. We are a little apprehensive about our current bank balance. However, this past month we made a profit of 260. We made a profit. It might be enough to get candy bar, but we made a profit. Ken Shamrock is announcing his retirement. The Boogeyman announces he will retire. Stan Severn's gonna retire. Jim Duggan has now retired. Agua Ayla Fox, Cajun Crawdad, Jay Cabrera, Kobe Carino, Dave Batista, Delmy Exo, Deranged, Dante Smiley, and 24 are now no longer under contract and are free agents. Oh, let's get Dave Batista. I'm sure he'll come to our 1,300 person show. Okay, so we're gonna go to the show. We're up to 494,000. I like that the owners are, concerned because we were at 200,000 at one point. So you'll be all right. All right, so let's go back to the Davis Arena. We're doing smaller house shows. All right, so okay. So Alpha NY versus Kevin McCartney to lead us off. That's interesting. Hannah Shamrock and Alicia Sherrington. I have no problem with that one. The Serial Man versus Carl Anderson. Can I just watch that one? That seems. Tony Callahan going up against Erica Riggs again. They're like, let's. Stacy Keibler's like, I want a piece of that 90s one. And Nicole Matthews and Sonia Strong. I actually have no problem with this show. This actually seems kind of fun. So good job, Stacy Keibler. You're doing great as the executive manager of the Saturday night show. Of course, Dixie Carter got me booking the Wednesday night show. So we went 73 on Alpha and McCartney, 76 on Sherrington and Hannah and Shamrock, 72 on Carl Anderson versus Serial Man. Tony Callahan defeats Erica Riggs with a 91 again, and Tony wins this time. And Sonia Strong defeats the champion. What? Did Sonia Strong just insert herself into? Maybe Sonia Strong has to be the opponent at Emergence. 83.92. Not a bad show. Oh, we gotta. I'm sure it's Sonia Strong or Nicole Matthews is upset. Yes, Nicole Matthews is very unhappy about losing to Sonia Strong. Talk to Stacy Keibler, not me. But we will add that feud. Let's look. All of our feuds are still going well. This feud is still 100%, so they're going to fight again. We will add a feud, female. Sonia Strong. These two that I got at the same time that were created by the game as free agents, Sonia Strong and Erica Riggs are truly proving their value right now. All right, so we're gonna next day we'll get to our email. 500,000. We did it Wednesday the 6th. Wait, did I? Uh, I'm trying to see. Did I? Is it this one? I might have just messed up my own intro. Is it? Well, either way. Okay, I think I'm trying to remember this. I think I booked Trish Stratus for the next. I don't know if it's the 6th or the 13th, but either way, if it's the 6th, we'll have that title match. If it's the 13th, we'll do a double episode. That way we'll have that match because that is going to be the main event of next episode's uh, uh, video, but the next Promotion Wars episode. But um, yeah. Oh, we got an email. This is our High Volume Wrestling Academy email. If a trainee who would like to come down and take a look at, you didn't tell me anything good, so I'm not expecting much. Jack Goodwin, is he? Is it or Zach Godwin? Sorry, is he? Wait, I'm sorry. We have Jack Godwin. We had Zach Godwin in our promotion at one point. We could have had a great team, and he was the 67 hardcore. No, we're not interested. He doesn't have anything in the 70s. Yeah, so I'm not sure which date I put Trish Stratus on, but no matter what, we're gonna have that title match. We can, although I can figure it out because Nicole Matthews history. She's 87. Well, now it okay, so it is probably the next week. But like I said, we'll just do a double episode uh, because she's 87 days now. After this, it'll get her to 95 days or eight. Yeah, it'll be 94 days. So yeah, it's the next episode. But okay, but yeah, like I said, we'll just do a double episode because that's always fun. And that'll actually by doing the double episode, will be right at the Emergence pay per view. All right, so that's gonna be it. We're still at 100%. We're at 100% momentum. These guys need to send me that regional. We just sold out our 1350. Uh, we're still 10th behind Renegade Pro Wrestling Federation, our rivals. Um, Feedback says we're doing an exceptional job. HVW's on fire. We couldn't be any hotter. We're a little apprehensive about the current bank balance. We have way too many wrestlers under contract. Some of our production values should be higher. Uh, Tommy O'Neill is. They're very happy with Tommy O'Neill and Nicole Matthews as champion. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. So, remember, next week we will have a world or a women's title match between Nicole Matthews and Trish Stratus. It will be on the second episode or the second Wednesday Night Warriors of that one episode. But yeah, that's going to be the main event for our show next week. So, hope you guys have a great week. Uh, talk to you soon. Stay safe. Be good. And we'll see you next time. Take care now. Let me get my mouse over there. All right. Bye, guys.